Let's discuss implicit intents now. We will be taking two examples here for implicit intent. So as you can see on the screen, there is this map and there's a blank button. It should not be blank actually, it should have a photo written on it. But I guess I did not update the app, so no problem. And there's an image view here which you cannot see right now. So what this button will do is when I click on this button, it will take me to a location on a map which is for London, and this button will be able to open up a camera app for me, and the camera app will let me take a picture, and then when I select the picture finally, that image will show up here in the image view. So let me now go and show you the layout to you first. So this is the layout. Let me reformat the code so that, yeah, now it's cleaner. So this is a linear layout. Orientation is vertical. Then there's this button, another button here, and then there's an image view, right? So this is the layout, and now let's discuss about uh, the code, actual code. So as you can see, image view, reference made, and then the object defined. There is this seems to be some kind of a key or some kind of a request code. Let's see what it turns out to be. As you can see here, the button for map has got on click as location. So here, let's find out where the location is. Here is the location. So location is the name of the method that it gets called when the user clicks on that button. And what we are doing is we will be making a URI for universal resource identifier to actually provided this URI as a data to the implicit intent. So here is string.format. Format is a method which lets you provide string in a particular format, and you can give variable arguments as and when the way you want to give. So locale.english, there is English locale that you can give, and then we have put a format here, geo, percent sign f and percent sign f. So what this thing does is it tells the URI that you're going to receive in the next argument, you're going to receive some two numbers, or in this case two float, which you can embed here and then provide this entire thing to this URI variable here. As you can see, this is you guessed it right, this is the latitude of London and this is the longitude of London. Please understand that this is in decimals and not in degrees. So if you try to put it in degrees, then it might not work, or it might take you to some other wrong location. So here what we've done is intent object has been made, and then intent.action view, this is the name of the implicit intent that you want to run here. So action view, and then we are passing the data here, uri.parse and then URI. So this is the URI which we were creating here, and then we are passing that same URI here. The reason why such a thing is used is that you can now let's say you want to make an app wherein you want users to type in any random latitude and longitude, and the map will take them to that latitude or longitude. And what you can do is you can ask them to feed in latitude and longitude in two edit texts, and from those two edit texts you can deliver the results here. As in, you can put those two numbers that user has submitted here, here and here. And once they do that, then so basically your app becomes more generic. Your app can now take users to any random latitude and longitude, right? So that's what we did here. We created an intent and then we started it, right? So this is for maps, a very simple intent, nothing more here to discuss. And of course, if you want to do more with maps, then of course there are location APIs, map APIs that you can use, and in future we will be having some lectures on that. But for now, if you just want to take your user to a designated location, then this is the code for that. Now let us talk about the other thing, and that is the photograph. So if you click on that button which is having photos on it, as you can see, photo, so this button will call this method, photo method. And here in this method, we are creating an intent with the action as action image capture. I don't need to really tell you this, that you cannot change these, you cannot alter these are predefined field names which you have to write as it is, and no exceptions can be there for this. because this is an implicit intent and you need to mention a field name or a keyword which is understandable by any camera app which is operating in an Android phone. So here what we are doing is, in case the we are trying to figure out if this intent can be resolved, then we will start the activity for result. This is the name of the intent and this is request image capture. Like I said, this is the code, request code you can say, right? So what will happen is, when the user clicks on this button, these three lines will get executed and the user will then see a camera app, and this camera app will get opened up and user can take the photograph. And once they select that photograph, if you remember in the apps you have a tick mark and a cross mark, right? So if they click on click mark, then they will be taken, they will be, sorry, they, yeah, if they click on tick mark, that is they finally select the image that they want this image, then the on activity result will be called. And what we are doing here is we are trying to figure out if request code is result image capture, and if it is like that, then bitmap image bitmap is equal to bitmap data dot get extras. Data is this intent which you just received. Get extras is another method which fetches out all the extras which are there inside this data intent. And then finally you do get and then this is another keyword, or you can say a key which is predefined with Android, and you cannot change this if you want to receive the image, right? So going from right to left, this is what got us the image, and then this is where, this is what took us, this part is where what took us to that place where we could get the image. And then we are typecasting it into a bitmap, and so that we can store it inside a local variable called as image bitmap. And finally I dot set image bitmap finally sets that image uh, on that image view that we had created earlier, right? So let me run this app now. If I click on map, then as expected my Google Maps opens up, and I start I start from London here only. This is a London latitude and longitude, and that's why, as you can see, London School of Economics and Political and dot dot dot. So this is where London is. As you can see, these are all tube stations, typical London. So this is London for you. And now let's talk about the other thing, and that is photograph. I don't really want to click the photograph here only because this phone will not, the emulator will not support the camera on this, but still for the sake of it I'll do that. As you can see, this camera is not really showing up any images, so in case the user clicks on it, then they click on this check mark as the tick mark, and as you can see the small image is showing up here. And this is the reason why it is showing up like this is because we have put image view as wrap content and wrap content. You can increase the size here, give it some dps so that image looks bigger, right? And I'm sure I've tested this in my mobile phone. If you run this app in your mobile phone, then you will see that the image will be bigger, because the image that is returned from the camera to this main activity is actually bigger than what the emulator returned to us, right? So this was implicit intent. There are lots of other implicit intents. If you go on developers.google.com, sorry, developers.android.com, you will find a list of intents available, implicit intents available, which you can utilize and make your own cool apps. That's it for this lecture. See you in the next video. Please subscribe to my channel. I'll be very happy and very thankful also. See you. Bye bye.